Then I took a smidge and applied it down there.
This one's wife. This is why she fails again and again. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. There are some individuals who believe that this one's wife is some kind of calculating mastermind. There are also others who believe that she is an agent of mysterious figures that are pulling the strings as part of significant power plays. I can tell you it's neither of those things. First of all, the simple fact is this. This one's wife is a mid-range, type A narcissist. This means that she portrays herself as being a kind and caring person, but most of the time away from prying eyes, she will be unpleasant, horrible, nasty to individuals. She's very much all about the facade. She doesn't have much charisma at all. She has no talent. She's not particularly interesting. Her narcissism has done an excellent job of getting her into the position that she finds herself. As I've told you, it's ill-equipped for keeping her where she is. The fact that she has failed over and over again at writing, at broadcasting, at presenting, at speaking, at content creation, with a lifestyle brand, as a bananatarian, as a philanthropist. Her list of failures continue to stack up, which demonstrate she can't be a calculating individual, for if she were, she would be hugely successful, and she wouldn't be a figure of ridicule. The evidence, as ever, speaks for itself. Furthermore, the haphazard nature of her behaviours means she is an unattractive prospect to recruit and utilise as some form of agent towards some alternative aim. She simply is an individual that will do one thing and then go and do the other, say that she will do something and then perform a volte-face. She cannot be relied upon. And in those circumstances, an individual that might recruit her for the purposes of some overarching design would soon realise she is useless and is not fit for purpose. We have an excellent example of why she keeps failing. Once again, this one's wife has taken to Instagram. As you can see on your screen, this one's wife could not resist the lure of Instagram because it provides her with the reach, the receipt of fuel, the ability to assert control so easily, and for this unimaginative, basic type of narcissist, utilizing Instagram, where nobody is telling her what to do, how to play it, advising her in relation to it, is such that she cannot help herself. As I explained to you, when she started posting again, it would prove to be her undoing. And here we have an excellent example of that. She's posted, head over to As Ever to be the first to know. As Ever emails list sign up. And this was accompanied by a caption stating, June gloom, not over here, because this month your favourite products are back. But hang on a moment. Wasn't she telling everybody in a recent interview that she was taking a step back to assess what is going on? As The Independent through Brittany Miller reports, this one's wife has announced that As Ever will be restocking some of its highly sought-after products just 1 week after she claimed she was taking a step back to assess the business. She teased the return of her products writing on her Instagram, as I've explained to you, and then issued a call out to sign up to the brand's mailing list for fans to find out details and timing. A date for the restock has not yet been revealed. Quelle surprise! Another instance of future faking from this narcissist. The news comes just 1 week after this one's wife said in an interview with Fast Company that she was planning to assess new avenues for her brand as she wants to take a step back, gather data from the launch, and figure out exactly what As Ever could be. I want to really focus on the hospitality angle of As Ever, but as we take the learnings, we can understand what the customer's needs are seasonally. This one's wife told the publication, "My heart is very deeply in my home. Everything comes from being rooted in the love story of your home and garden. And then you can imagine different verticals coming out of that. Utter tripe, utter word salad, utter twat wafflery." So there we have this one's wife on the one hand stating, "I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to gather data from the launch. I'm talking about verticals. I'm talking about love stories." And this is all stated for the purposes of making her sound good in that particular moment. And then, a week later, she needs to generate some interest. So what does she do? She goes to Instagram and tells you, "Oh, actually, we're restocking." "Oh, that's strange. Why haven't you done that in the last 2 months since you started purportedly selling stuff on As Ever, where you've been sold out for 99% of the existence of As Ever? Why didn't you do that at an earlier stage?" Because, of course, there was nothing really to sell. Because, of course, this is simply about ensuring that she had a vanity project that she could crap on about, with the magical thinking expectation that somebody would come along and say, "Wow, this looks brilliant. Here's several $100 million. You confront it. We'll do all the work." Ka-ching. This flip-flopping is representative of the fact that why this one's wife fails. Because she never joins up the dots. She's never consistent other than the pursuit of the prime aims. Which means she comes up with an idea, talks all about it, then doesn't deliver on it. She comes up with another idea. And there's even more of this coming in another video demonstrating this inability to see things through, so keep your eyes peeled. This is wholly driven by her narcissism. Yes, she's lazy. Yes, she's entitled. Those aspects are harnessed by her narcissism, which basically states, at this precise moment in time, what do we need? We need to control the audience. We need to draw fuel from them. So, in order to do so, we're going to make you sound like a business guru, and you can talk about verticals and pausing and taking a step back, because all of that makes you look like you're a businesswoman. 1 week later, what do we now need in this moment? We need some control. We need some fuel. We need to manage the facade. Okay, let's go to Instagram and post something about there being a restock. But we haven't got anything to restock. Doesn't matter. Just tell them that's what's going to happen. And so she does. There is no voice going, excuse me, this one's wife. A week ago, you said you were stepping back. It was going to be seasonal. You were going to take time to gather the data. Now you're saying there's going to be a restock this month. You're contradicting yourself. That voice never, ever sounds in her head because of the compartmentalization of her narcissism. And this flip-flopping, this inability to see something through, this contradictory behavior of saying one thing and then saying another thing and then trying to do one thing and then doing a different thing is why she fails. She is like a car that's being driven by a drunk driver. It can't get to the destination because it's veering all over the road, swerving from one side to the other, stalling, starting again, going in reverse, driving off the side of the road, and never getting to any other destination other than, as Aussie man would say, destination fucked. The fact is, this is wholly the reason why this one's wife fails. And yet again, this useless lifestyle brand is being utilized by her for the pursuit of the prime aims. Where on the one hand, she talks about standing back from it, and then on the next stage, it's, we're restocking. Give me your data so you'll be first to know. Will she restock? Probably not. It's another bit of future faking. You would probably be thinking, but Christ almighty, HG, doesn't she realise this makes her look stupid? No, because there is no voice allowing her to see this. All she is focused on is this moment, and then the next moment, and the moment after that. And they have no connection to one another unless the narcissism decides to allow it. Otherwise, so long as she gets control, fuel, character traits, residual benefits, maybe all of them, maybe just one of them, but so long as that's what happens, everything else is up in the air, is thrown to the winds. That's why lesser and mid-range narcissists are so haphazard. That's why they're in and out of work, or they fall out with people at work. They have tempestuous relationships, intimate ones, family ones, friend ones. They're difficult neighbours. This is why their finances can be up and down, because those things are never the constant. The constant is the pursuit of the prime aims, and everything else can go to hell. So similarly, the consistency of the image of her business, whoosh, out of the window, so long as she can assert control and draw fuel. And this, and nothing else, is why she is a failure. A failure at so many things. A failure that you have seen over and over again. And she will not stop. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.